Rockin', rolling. Here we go. Episode 442. No Laugh Track Podcast. I'm Justin Severson, the host. I'm looking between two cameras because that's what professionals do. Not one that I'm probably on or another one that I'm not on, but right in between them. Anyway, No Laugh Track Podcast, episode 442 with two guests today. Mike Cronin, Nate Abshire. One is headlining, the other one is featuring.
And we'll never tell.
We'll never tell. You're going to have to figure it out just based on how they perform in the next half an hour.
Oh, man, that's too much pressure.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm going to announce it now. Lewis Lee slipped me a piece of paper. Whoever does better on this podcast headlines the rest of the week. What people don't know is there was a conversation that just happened here about comedy contests at Acme. What I just said is not true. There's not going to be.
Oh, man.
Mike is going to continue headlining. However, we did talk about one in the past where Nate and Bill Miller competed.
Yeah.
Right around, it was around Christmas time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was New Year's Eve week.
Yeah. About who was funnier. Nate's funnier than Bryan. Bryan's funnier than Nate.
We called the contest funnier than Nate Abshire. Because I don't know if you remember, Bryan had a shirt made. So when we were both MCs, Bryan got promoted a week before I did.
Yeah.
So there was 1 week where I MC'd and he was featuring before I got bumped up.
Status.
Right.
1 week.
And 1 week. And he had a shirt made that said "funnier than Nate Abshire." And on the first night, he had like a tearaway cowboy button-up on. He walked on stage and just ripped his outer shirt open. And it said "funnier than Nate Abshire," and he's reprised that shirt many times. I don't know how many he's had made, but
that reminds me of.
This is the voice of Mike Cronin now.
Yeah,
everyone.
When Mike Cronin, when Twitter, when Twitter was new. Our friend Jeff Tate, he was like, he wanted to be big on Twitter, and he was like, I don't know what people like, but I do know what they don't like, and that's Brendan Walsh. So he changed his Twitter handle to not Brendan Walsh. And when he did that, Brendan swooped in and stole his old Twitter handle, Jeff Tate 77, and he made it all about like he made it sound like Jeff was like a mentally handicapped kid who lived with his mom, and he's like, dreaming big today, 2 scoops of ice cream. Love my nieces. And Jeff is like the most dark comic in the world. It was so funny. He kept it up for like a year and a half.
I love that you used a southern accent.
Yeah.
For the tweets.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
2 scoops of
like
ice
that.
cream.
You just mentioned the name Jeff Tate.
Yeah.
I just found out last week. I had an email it was announcing all these concerts coming to town, and one of them said Jeff Tate, and I'm like, that does not look like him.
Yeah.
And then it was like playing at like a theater. I'm like, is he big enough to play theaters? I'm confused here. So then I went to Jeff Tate's Instagram, and it said, stop messaging me. I'm not the fucking guy from Queensryche.
Right.
So it was then I found out that there's a guy in Queensryche named Jeff Tate, spelled exactly the same. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most famous Zydeco musician of all time is named Nathan Abshire.
Nathan Abshire.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
amazing. Huh.
Yeah.
So what do we know about the other Mike Cronin? Is there one?
There's 2 other Mike Cronins that do stand-up.
No, there aren't.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is their level of success, and where are they? Young, old? Where are they from?
One of them was a writer on Conan for a while, and then the other one
So the amount of success is more
more than
in
yeah.
this case.
And the other one was an open micer. I just saw like a clip on YouTube of his first set, so I don't know where he is.
Are either of those going by Michael?
I hope so.
You hope so, but you don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the writer is going by Michael.
Wow.
It comes out that you're just moonlighting as a TV writer and not telling anybody.
Yeah, don't hold
Bookers
that
are
in.
like, we could get people at the shows. And you're like, no, I don't want anyone to know.
It's my deepest, darkest secret.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, connect to all the other one's successes and ignore. You have nothing. You're not. If they fail at something, that is definitely not you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
There's also a popular singer named Michael Cronin.
He can't be
Should have
that
been
popular.
Michael Cronin.
It's Mikal Cronin.
He's not that popular.
Yeah.
I've
right.
never heard of him.
It sounds European.
He's American.
Did you
Alright,
say
well.
M-Y, Michael?
No, Mikal.
Okay. Is he Christian rock?
No.
Yeah,
No.
it is. No, it's not.
What kind of
Like
music is it? Do you love it?
Folksy stuff. From what I've heard, I don't hate it.
Right.
It's not my cup.
I'm picturing Michael Cronin Square tour someday.
Yeah, could be.
Nathan
He was on,
Abshire is not my favorite music either.
Yeah.
To be honest,
They should do a tour.
he's dead.
Oh,
This is how I find out.
No, it's not recent.
What the hell?
Yeah, the
Little warning?
grandfather of Zydeco music is no longer with us. I'm sorry to say.
Good point. Yeah, the grandfather. Yeah. Well, we are here at Acme. You guys are both performing this week. There's been at least one show this week. How did last night go?
great.
Great.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Surprisingly fun.
yeah.
Especially given the historic weather. Historic.
Yeah.
It was historic. It was a
Yeah.
thunderstorm.
It was
Yeah.
very strange.
It was a thunderstorm.
Yeah, we'll mention it quickly to have it on record here because it's very strange. 60 degrees at one point yesterday. And I was driving around in the afternoon. There were these street signs warning of the 90-mile-per-hour winds. High winds starting at 9 o'clock. Beware. Batten down the hatches. I don't think it ever showed up.
It was south of us. I mean, it was just kind of the reason it's historic is just because of the time of year.
True.
But everyone
Yeah.
was real freaked out about it.
Yeah, I've never heard a tornado siren go off in December.
Yep.
Which is very strange, and hopefully it never happens again. But yeah,
Well,
people
I
showed up.
think
People didn't
that-
scare everybody away. You had a crowd here.
Yeah, we had a crowd.
Yeah,
I
we had
think
a
that
crowd.
they've also they've figured out the whole global warming thing, so it should never happen again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
we're on
Yeah,
it was
solved.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Phew. Well, that's a relief. That
Should
is
start turning around any minute now.
It's- is it going to be like 95 when we leave here today? Is that what you're saying? I hope you brought your swim trunks. So, Mike, it is your headlining week here.
Yeah.
The last time you were here was, I wrote it down here, July of 2020.
Yep.
And that was, things were a little different then.
It's a
It
little
was
different.
limited capacity here at Acme.
Yeah.
We're still doing the Zoom shows, which we
Yep.
aren't doing anymore. You had 2 dogs and 3 cats
Yep.
in your house and a girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
And tell me how those things have changed since then.
Lost them all. No.
There was a fire.
Yeah,
Thanks
there
for
was a
bringing
fire.
it up.
The Great Detroit Fire, a historic weather pattern. Uh, 2 weeks after I was here, I got engaged, and then we have a baby now, and we got rid of 1 cat. So,
So give us the total number of organisms that stayed the same. You just traded a cat for a baby?
yeah.
Okay.
Was it literally a trade with someone, or did?
Yeah, we traded straight up a baby, their child for a cat. Yeah.
And early on, who got the better end of that deal?
Us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're
Good.
still happy with it.
Good.
Yeah.
Right on. So you were here, and so when you were here, you had the plan to get engaged. It was all.
Yeah, I had the ring and everything.
You had the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. What was
Yeah.
this? What was the occasion? Why 2 weeks after you were here in July 2020?
Money.
Money.
I needed the money. I needed the work. No, I had already had it planned. I was just waiting for like the perfect time. I think it was actually the week
How'd you
after
do it?
I was here. I took her to the place where we met, which was a comedy show. She's a comedian too, and it was closed down because it was COVID. And they were also remodeling, which nobody ever told me that. So we went to dinner, and I was kind of being a dick because I had this time schedule of like, we got to get into this place at a specific time, but she had no idea. She thought it was just like a relaxing night out. And I'm like, come on, we got to go. And she's like, there's no rush for anything. I was like, I got a reservation. So, so we go there, we have dinner, and then we go to this place, and I was like, I got to grab something. Do you want to come in with me? And she comes in, and I go out of the trunk, and I pull out what we were wearing that night. And I was like, here, put your coat on. It's the middle of July. They're remodeling this place, and there's no AC at all. So we're both wearing winter coats. Walking in, she's like, what the hell's going on? And then I like got down on my knee, proposed, and her first words were, can I take this off now? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you were acting so weird that night that she was relieved she wasn't getting murdered.
Yeah.
Right. Especially when he popped the trunk.
He was really weird when we were leaving the house. He popped the trunk. We went into a construction site. I was pretty sure it was over, man.
Right.
Well,
Check
we
her
were
phone. She's been sending emergency messages to all of her contacts.
We were living in the ghetto, so I had the ring sent to her parents' house because people were stealing packages at our place. So I had it sent to their house, and her parents were they had zero chill about the ring being there. Like the second it got there, we were there for like a big family gathering, and they were just in the middle of it loudly talking to me like, wow, the ring looks great, congratulations. And like she was like 10 feet away, so she knew it was coming.
Did you ever call them out on that?
No.
I didn't. They were doing you a favor?
Yeah.
Holding onto the ring, I guess?
Yeah.
So you take the good with the bad? Sure. Sure. And then a baby factored in there somehow. Tell me about the night where you made the baby.
Sure. It was my birthday, and
Oh, yeah, one of those.
yeah,
In the future, yeah, that's the only time that'll happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
and didn't pull out, and now we have a kid.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
Is that how that happens?
Yeah.
I thought you just, you get married, you get a house, 3 hot meals a day, and they just show up.
No, no. Poor people can have kids too.
Fry and Laurie lied to me. I was under the impression that's how it happens.
Your dad's name's Fry?
No, the show Fry and Laurie.
Oh,
You sign a new lease, baby comes with it.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
sir.
you.
Congratulations, sir. What is the best part of being a new father? You're taking too long. What's the worst part of being a new father?
The worst part is I don't know.
Nothing. You're supposed to say nothing.
Nothing.
Nice.
Did I do that right?
Nice.
Can we edit that?
Nailed it. We'll get it in post.
Yeah.
No, I am very curious actually. What's something that's as being a dad? What's something that's happening that you didn't expect? That you're like, what? Nobody warned me about this. Good or bad?
Pooping.
Who's pooping?
He is pooping a lot.
He's pooping a lot.
Yeah, I mean, just the explosions up his back are pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Is it a breast milk diet situation?
Yeah, that's something nobody told me. That
Here we
breast
go.
milk poop doesn't really smell that bad.
Correct.
It's like sweet. It smells like buttered popcorn.
Buttered popcorn. I've never heard that, but yeah.
Tastes like shit still, but
It doesn't have that adult like what fellas like us can produce.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
we're starting
Once
to feed him now, though, and it's like,
Yeah, once the diet
can tell.
changes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
like, good grief.
See, I have 3 daughters, so I never had to deal with this, but I know that fathers of dads often get peed on. How soon
I have
after he
yet
was
to
born?
be peed on.
Come on.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
I'm
Well, by your
responsible.
kid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sure, if it's a business transaction on the road, yeah,
I
but
mean,
not by my son.
Yeah, do you
I'm
ask
not
for
like that?
Do you get a receipt? Is that
Yeah. It's
none
all
of us can answer that question.
It's all deductible.
So it's a boy. I don't know if we said that yet.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
He's a boy.
Yeah, I think I saw on your Instagram you had some sort of nickname, the Red King.
The Red King. Yeah.
Is that sticking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
No.
you actually
it's
say
not.
Red King?
I
love you,
do.
Red King.
No.
No, there's a cute nickname you use. I bet.
Rory is his name. Just Roar.
Roro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rory Borealis.
What's the
See,
Red
there
King?
you go, Rory
Yeah.
Borealis.
Where
Yep.
does the Red King thing come from?
Rory is Celtic for the Red King.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great question, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
the answer kind of sucked, but the question was pretty good. I thought it was going to be like, I was a real Stephen King fan, and he's got a Crimson King vibe to him.
Nope. Just a red-haired kid.
No.
The Red King.
Boring.
I was doing a bunch of research, and I'm Irish, so I looked at a bunch of Irish names and their meanings, and I found out Connor translates to dog lover.
It was like a scarlet letter
Yeah.
in the dark ages. Right?
Oh, that's so great.
I know.
There's
We don't
so
just
ma-
want to know if you love dogs, but did your great-grandfather love dogs?
Oh, that's awesome. There are
Yeah.
so many Connors.
I know. And they all fuck dogs.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Oh, that's so
Does
fantastic.
Seamus mean goat lover?
Yeah.
So another thing that we talked about last time you were here, Mike Cronin, is that you had recorded, failed, tried to record albums multiple times at that point. Then I looked back at your Instagram, and I think you tried to record again, back in this January?
3 more times.
3 more times. How many times total did you record this album, and where is it now?
Well, before then, I had started to plan recordings, and then they fell through. And this time, I've actually gone through with the weekend and then got nothing out of it.
How does that happen?
The first one is the most frustrating. It was in Key West. My friend owns a club down there, and it's run by 2 comics, so it's not like ship shape.
Oh,
I mean, it's not like
I was wondering where you're going with
it's
that.
not perfectly run, is what I mean. But I only say that because I told them they were going to record, and they like bought all their equipment to record. And then Thursday, I get there after the show, and I was like, "That was pretty good, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll start recording tomorrow." And I was like, "What? You didn't record this?" And they're like, "Oh no, we haven't even set the stuff up yet."
Huh?
And so I get there Friday, and I get there as soon as the show starts, and they're like, "We're just finishing up setting this stuff up. It's going to be great." And I was like, "Cool." And then
It didn't work.
and then I get off stage, and I'm like, "That was it. I'm so happy with that."
Right. Of course it went perfectly.
And Joe goes, the guy who ran it, he was like, "That was amazing. Hey, I went out to smoke 18 minutes into your set, and I realized that we weren't recording your microphone."
But they had all the crowd mics going?
Yeah, they had all the crowd mics going. So it's unusable. Because the first 18 minutes, I'm like doing crowd work, and then I call back to it throughout the rest of it, and it's like, it's just...
That is absolutely amazing. I'm sorry to ruin the narrative there, but absolutely. We just set it up. Looks
Yeah.
great. Excited. Fucking there's no way it works. There's no way it works.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for calling out. I'm Mike
Yeah.
Cronin.
And then the second week
If you
I did
change
it,
the levels where you're coming through the crowd mics, I bet it sounds like you're just destroying.
I know.
Speakers are exploding, just destroying the room.
Yeah.
I think this guy burned a guitar on stage at the end of his set.
They haven't had this much damage since the Stones came through in the 60s. Fucking killing it. So then, it finally was a success somewhere? You finally have recorded an album or no?
No, I'm going to try one more time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think you might just have to sacrifice this hour to the elder
Yeah, I
gods
think
at this
so.
point.
Yeah, this might be a sign that it's just not meant to be.
Yeah, I guess
Have you
so.
considered that? And maybe
I
it's just
have.
not meant to be. So what? You're recording here at Acme this week?
I should be. I should have recorded last night. But yeah, I'd love to record.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
looking plaintively towards the sound booth in case anyone's listening and doesn't know what's going on.
So what is your plan now?
Go bananas in Cincinnati in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to go wrong there?
Well, they just remodeled, so
Okay. Yeah.
so their recording equipment isn't reset up yet.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna see a headline where it's like roof of newly remodeled comedy club crashes, kills 18. Mike Cronin still without a new album.
But it's also New Year's week, so Friday's New Year's. Saturday, the University of Cincinnati is playing in a national championship
Football. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
So there might be there's a little bit of competition in town. You're saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll be there doing shows on New Year's, but you can't record an album on New Year's Eve.
No, God no.
No.
Do you normally? Both of you guys? Do you guys normally? Normally do New Year's. You have no problem taking that off.
I normally
not
do
taking
it.
that off.
Yeah.
Like,
I love doing it.
there's some comedians, who are like, that's
I
amateur
work
night. I'm gonna
it. I
stay
mean,
away.
Yeah.
I work at my issue with New Year's is I hate New Year's gigs where it's like, yeah, you want to work New Year's? $300 in the middle of Wisconsin. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'll do like a real New Year's gig.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
That's true. Because then when it hits midnight, then you're still in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, I remember I did a gig on New Year's. It was in like rural Illinois years ago, and it was the venue was right next to train tracks, and there were so many trains that traveled that route that it was in the like when you get the documentation from the booker about the gig, they're like, don't address the trains. Because it's just trains running basically 20 feet behind the stage. Like the whole time.
That sounds like something that was like set up in desperation like during the pandemic, but it wasn't clearly.
Oh, no, that was like,
No.
that had to be like 2015 at the latest. It was great. It was a great time. But that was one of the ones where I was like the money was fine, but that was one of the ones where I was like, I should have just partied.
Yeah.
Do not acknowledge the train.
Well, before I worked, before I was doing stand-up on New Year's, I worked a club in Cincinnati, Go Bananas. I was the door guy there every New Year's for like 5 years, and it was a blast because they do the show and then they pass out champagne to everybody and do the ball drop, and then after that they bring everyone up from the audience who wants to do a street joke, and then they get to do a street joke on stage.
That's fun.
And then they kick everybody out, and then the comics stay and party and have like a karaoke dance party.
Oh wow.
And sometimes we used to sleep at the club.
Are you guys taking notes back there? That sounds dope.
Yeah, you guys should do that. Yeah, so I always loved New Year's.
That's fun.
And we would do stuff like that at the other clubs I worked when I started doing stand-up.
That's fun.
Yeah, like the joke stuff. Bring audience members on stage. And
How are you guys with street jokes? Do you have like favorites that you've had in your back of your mind forever?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one?
Yeah, you got one?
It's not. I don't know. I feel like I definitely am less into street jokes than I was as a child.
Yeah.
I feel like they're real fun, like at recess.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
And now I'm like, but I feel like my thing is just like as an adult, like you got stories, man.
Right.
Yeah. We're
That's true.
Don't you have street
as
jokes from your real
as
life?
a jaded comedian, I love when I hear a street joke that actually makes me laugh, because you hear so many bad ones.
Yeah,
after
that's true.
shows.
It's true.
So when I actually hear one that is funny, I love it.
What do you got?
I have my favorite one. I can't do because it's
Yeah.
all visual, and it's like 5 minutes long. But
he's looking at his watch.
He's like, I would, but it's a PowerPoint
Yeah, it's a
thing.
PowerPoint.
So like, you know,
I have an
my-
assistant. He's not here.
my uncle told me this one. So remember the show Quiz Show?
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, it was 20 Questions. So the Queen of England was a huge fan of 20 Questions, and she was such a fan that she reached out, and they actually had her on the show. And so she's on the show, and they're like, "Queen, it's such an honor." And she's like, "Oh, it's so good to be here." And they're like,
Street jokes with voices are even better.
yeah. And they go, "Well, you're going to be with Nate here. Nate is just, a normal guy. He lives in Ohio." And she's like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Nate." And he's like, "It's a pleasure, my queen." And they get started, and they give him the card, and she is guessing. And the card, the word that she has to guess is horsecock. And he's like, "Oh, Jesus, I got to do this to the queen. I don't know what I'm going to do." So he's like, "All right, here we go. 20. And she goes, "Can you eat it?" And he's like, "Ugh. I mean, kinda." And she goes, "Is it horsecock?"
That's great. That's great.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that. Kudos to your uncle for that one. That was
That's great.
My uncle has the most obnoxious laugh. He's like, scream laughs. And he said his friend told him that on a golf course, and they almost got kicked off the golf course because people, the whole golf course could hear him laughing. It was just echoing around. And for days after, he'd be in the shower and just think, "Is it horse cock?"
Excuse me. Do you? Last time you were in town, Mike, you had some merch, T-shirts.
Yeah,
Thick Worm.
got those again.
They're here.
Yeah,
Nice.
Shipped in.
shipped in.
Oh, shipped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's coming up.
Well, I'm making the big money now.
Yeah. You know, like Lori Kilmartin was here last week. She's written 2 books. She travels with them, and literally,
Just to be clear, she's written 2 books. You've got a shirt that says Thick Worm.
yeah, I mean,
She's written 2 books. I have a shirt about my penis.
I'll take go fuck yourself without saying it out loud for 1,000. Thank you, Alex.
How sturdy are these pipes? You think they can support 280?
well, what I was gonna say is they're very heavy, and she travels with them on a plane, and you had them shipped.
Yeah.
She's also stronger than you.
That's very true.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Well,
So great.
the saddest reason why I got them shipped is because I ordered them and got them shipped last week, and I didn't sell enough to fit into my luggage, so I had to ship them again.
I've been selling posters, and I've worked like 3 weeks in a row. I've sold fewer posters than weeks worked. I started getting so bummed out about it. Last week, I just gave a bunch to the staff to feel like they're moving.
Yeah, release those out into the open. Let them be free.
Yeah. I'm just papering the room with my merch.
Well, I see a trade coming on here.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I need a Thick Worm shirt.
I need a poster.
Yeah, well, you could fly back a lot easier.
That's true.
With that poster than another T-shirt. Are you still living in or around Detroit?
Yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Better place now, but
Better place.
yeah.
Closer to a recreational marijuana shop or farther away?
Probably the same.
Because
But
they're all over?
They're all over.
They're
Yeah.
all over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The drive back always feels the same, at least. Hey, all right.
Hey! Nice.
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to talk about here is Mike Cronin. Your podcast is back
It's back, baby.
in full force.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Cheeks
Yep.
was around for, I don't know, what'd you do, 8, 10 episodes? Took a little hiatus?
24.
20? Oh, was that many?
Yeah.
And then you took a break.
And then we took a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're back.
Now we're back. We got 4 out, and still have to edit the one that was supposed to come out on Tuesday.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going well. It's fun. It's
Mr. Cheeks.
Mr. Cheeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the story of the name?
It's the name of the strip club that we both worked.
Is this like strip club industry stories, or is it just?
No, it's 2 comedians playing characters trying to one up each other on who can be more offensive.
Oh,
A
like
riff.
so every podcast.
Yeah, so like every podcast. Yeah. No, we played 2 former male dancers from the worst strip club in the country, and now we're in the witness protection program.
Oh, now I'm into it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And we're just idiots who tell stories.
You
like,
had me at 2 male dancers,
Yeah.
honestly.
like we were in the Foot Clan. We
Like Shredder's Foot Clan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
a season 2 revelation?
No, that was season 1.
Okay, I must
Yeah.
have bailed on season
I
1.
thought
of that.
maybe
Oh,
the
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino fan club had rebranded.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some good plot stuff. Yeah, we were in the Foot Clan. We were in Shawshank. I think.
I listened to one recently where you were talking about upsetting the witness protection plan. So now you're in the witness protection.
now we're in the double
protection
witness
plan.
protection program.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because we
You take the red pill, and I show you how
Yeah.
deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah, because I did a fun prank on one of the witness protection agents where I pulled his pants down and licked his ass, and he came instantly. And it was across from a school, so he got charged as a child sexual predator. Now he's on the Megan's Law list.
I just learned that I think it's Minnesota. If you get 3 public urinations, you have to register as a sex offender.
How close
Yeah.
are you?
0.
Oh,
I have 0.
0 left to go?
No, I have 0 public urination.
So why are you
charges.
on it then?
Voluntary, actually. I just
You just signed up.
yeah. I'm just doing my part as a liberal, trying to keep these kids safe.
That is the ultimate wokeism, to put yourself on a list.
Yep.
Right?
Hell yeah.
That's right.
I can't even fly on a plane. Put myself on that list too.
Yeah.
I think what did it though is I was like, are there going to be any kids there? All right. I don't like this riff. I didn't like it at the beginning. I'm just still doing it.
I want some advice for you guys.
Yeah, we need some.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the other day, I ordered my wife a new phone. New phone arrives. Part of the deal is you have to send back the one you have to get like a discount on it or whatever. They include a box. The other day, I brought it to the post office and put it in the mailbox. Drove away. I was like, all right. I helped her out on this. She wasn't going to do it. Last night, I was going through a bag and saw this piece of paper that was like it had the routing number that I could check for my package to check it. The tracking number. Tracking number. That's it. Tracking
Yeah.
number. But it was for UPS.
Ah.
I dropped it in a post
Yeah.
office box, and it's supposed to go to UPS. Do you
Okay.
think the post office will contact UPS and deliver it for me? What do you think they'll do? Did I just
have
throw
no
away
idea.
my wife's phone? That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, yes, but really, there's someone at the postal service that has a phone now.
Right?
Yeah.
Is what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
You donated the phone.
Yeah,
to
you
the post
donated it. You didn't throw it away.
I donated it. I mean, I do hear about like they're lost and found, like packages that don't get claimed, and then they do stuff.
Do you guys send nudes?
with-
Is there? Is this one of those like we can't let this fall into the wrong hands sort
Well,
of
obviously
situation?
Obviously, she filled up a phone with it.
Yeah, that's right. It was the same phone, but we needed more storage.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were going to 64 to 256. That's right. Yeah. It's still a 7 plus, but
Yeah.
It's just the pictures are so big.
that's right. Yeah. So okay, well I'm gonna go on and check the tracking number and see if like it's out there. I guess.
Oh, it's out there.
No,
It's-
it's out.
it's out
It's
there.
not going anywhere though.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Kind of like us, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my phone here? I want to bring up one final thing here about a post that Mike had. Let's see here. I'm looking this up. Oh, first of all, another thing here. Have you been contacted by Terrence Kelly at all?
Terrence Kelly.
Terrence Kelly, known professionally as Mr. Cheeks?
Oh.
The rapper?
No, but in my car when I play the Mr. Cheeks podcast, his face shows up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wait, you listen to your podcast?
I just checked to make sure that the whole thing.
Be honest with us.
Yes, I do. Because it's all. I listen to it when I'm like driving to go record another one because it's all like.
Oh, you have to like chronologically.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense.
That's
All right, you're
right.
off the
Yeah,
hook.
you told me last time you were here that there was a Google Doc keeping
Yeah.
all the facts straight.
Yeah, I
Does that still
abandoned
exist?
that a long time
You
ago.
I figured. Way too much work.
It's so much work.
Yeah, way too much
Yeah.
work. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, there is an actual Mr. Cheeks. Of course, we all know he's from the Lost Boys rap group.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all knew that.
We all know that, of
Right,
course.
right,
Of course.
right, right.
Where else would he be from?
Mm-hmm. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, yeah, I don't even know. I don't
Lost
even
Boys,
know.
Never Say Die. I remember.
Yeah.
They've got that song, Hey You Guys. All right.
Where the heck is that? Oh, here we go. This is from Mike Cronin, Twitter and Instagram from earlier this year. That cool thing happened this morning during my morning constitutional where, while sitting down, my penis matched up with the gap between the bowl and the seat, and I peed through it onto the floor. So yeah, I'm ready to be a dad.
Yeah.
That was a tweet, and then was reposted to Instagram with Mike's comments.
This is starting to feel accusatory. Where like the follow-up question is going to be like, so I get it on Twitter, but why would you put it on it?
Did it need to go to Instagram too?
It definitely did, and here's why. Because of the comment that you added to it. The fact that nobody has called me out for saying my morning constitutional is just further proof that Twitter is bullshit. And I just have to say, congrats to you for using the phrase morning constitutional. That has always made me laugh, and it's not used enough.
Yeah.
I did have a question about this tweet, actually.
Go ahead.
So when you're talking
I have
about
time
it,
for 2 more.
when you're talking about it getting wedged, so you're pissing through the
Not
gap.
wedged, just it lines up.
Oh, but okay. So the way I picture it is like you sit down and it somehow finds its way
Well, no,
into the gap.
I lift the seat up a little, and then I work it in and then slam it down. Is that
Slam
how you
it
guys
down.
It creates an airtight seal. I don't know if
Is
you knew
it?
that.
No. Is there a thick worm T-shirt that connects to this at all? No.
No.
Okay.
It's one catch-all shirt.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. Fair
For
enough.
any penis problems.
Yep.
You've never done that?
No,
Really?
no, mine points down
Oh, man.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on other factors, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've never done it.
Has that ever happened to you?
I've never looked down. Ever
right.
in my life.
I never. I'm scared to make eye contact with the hog. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Last time I did that, it spit at me. No. Well, fellas, I think we've hit that time. We're going to say goodbye. There's how many more shows this week? There's all through the weekend here at Acme. Mike headlining,
Tonight.
Nate featuring.
2 tomorrow, 2 Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else? And James Stanley. I heard
James
you. I
Stanley's
heard you
hosting, yeah.
goof on James before we started recording.
That's false, patently untrue.
Yeah.
I would never shit talk another comedian, especially a man as nice as and funny as James Stanley.
There you go.
Mike might have said something shitty, but
No, I didn't. I didn't say what you said. I don't use that word.
Yeah, bad, but not that bad.
really making a mountain out of a molehill here.
Fellas, thank you, Nate. This was a great surprise. It really tied things together here.
I'm really glad I was able to fit it into my schedule.
Now go back to doing what you were doing beforehand, whatever that was.
Smoking?
I mean, probably get my hog out in a few. But don't look at it.
Thanks, guys.